Good morning, everybody.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
So, good morning, everyone. Before we start our topic, I will let you see a photo first. This one. Makita niyo?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Makita na, ma'am.
So, as you can see sa photo, what do you think happened?
Evaporate ang most
Tubig,
of the
ma'am.
water.
Nag-dry up,
Dried up.
ma'am.
Oo.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Nag-dry out ang tubig, di ba? As you can see sa photo is puno kay siyang tubig. But due to resource mismanagement, climate change, and deforestation, this happened. What do you think? What do you think? Unsay tawag aning area nga wala nay water? What do you think happened here? Unsay tawag ani niya?
Desert, ma'am. Desert, ma'am.
Desert.
Yes. This one is the Aral Sea. The Aral Sea is the youngest desert ever. Dili mahitabo ang desert, but due to negligence of people, this happened. From an abundant source of water, mauna ni siyang nahitabo karon. Oh, you can see there katong nga stock na ship. So, in connection to this, our topic for today will all be about deserts. So, desert means deserted or unoccupied. Kung makadungog mo sa word nga desert, unsa ang inyong mahuna-hunaan? Kanang murag yung one word nga mahuna-hunaan ninyo pag mo pag naay mo mention og word nga desert.
Naibalas.
Barren, ma'am.
And
Init.
Init.
Barren.
Hot. Cactus.
Oo, init, cactus, sand, mauna siya ang desert. Pero desert dili lang siya na limit sa sand. Pero unya na to siya i-discuss. So desert is a driest region of the world. It encompasses 42 million square kilometers of the earth, or surprisingly 30% iyang gi-cover sa whole world. Tunisia is a barren area of landscape where little precipitation occurs, and consequently living conditions are very hostile for plant and animal life. The lack of vegetation exposes unprotected surface of the ground to the processes of denudation, meaning the wearing away of the earth's surface by moving water, by ice, wind, and by waves, leading to the reduction in elevation. So, mauna siya ang desert. So, these are the basic concepts of desert. So, A, most deserts exhibit highly angular landscapes. Because most deserts are made through movement in the air, mura siya mo purma o kanang angular bitaw, steep ang iyang pagka-slope. So, mechanical weathering dominates, and angular particles of feathered rock, bedrock, and outcrops. Little soil or vegetation to soften the landscape. Sa B is softer, more rounded landscapes appear where deposition is predominant. Meaning, all you can see there is sand dunes. And letter C, desert rainfall is infrequent, intense, and unreliable. So, intense flash flooding, intense erosion, and ephemeral streams. So, kaning sa desert rainfall na ay ulan. I-clarify lang na nako. There is rain, pero tungod sa kainit, before pa motulo ang ulan, Ni precipitate na siya. That is why nga very little ang water sa mga deserts. Excuse me. So there are 4 types of deserts. The first one is the subtropical, the one that is hot and dry year-round. The most familiar kanang type of desert to us kay mao ang kanang para sa inyong giingon di ba ganina pag ask nako nga what keywords can you think of when I mention nga the word desert? Makaingon mo init. Mao ni siya ang subtropical desert. Next one is the coastal. Kani di kita familiar ani kay gamay rang part sa world ang naay coastal desert. We have cool winters and warm summers. The next one is the cold winter. Mao pa di kung kay familiar to pero murag di na to makuna-unaan dito nga. Ha? Ngano matawag sa desert nga naman kayo snow? Pero mahimbawaan na nato ang reason ani later. So cold winters have long dry summers and low rainfall in the winter. And the last one is polar. Kanipod siya. Matingala na lang ka ganung na-appeal ni siya sa as a type of desert nga. May snow. Asa nganong may ngano siya as desert. So polar desert are cold all year round. So ato una nga storyahan is subtropical deserts. So it is the hottest type of desert, very hot and dry in the summer and cooler but still dry in the winter. So pangutanon ta mo makasurvive ba mo if na mupuyo mo doon sa kanang subtropical nga desert or kanang if bastak ba mo sa kaning inani nga type sa desert? Pangutanon ta mo.
Gamay og chance. Gamay kayo chance sa survival, ma'am.
Oo, very good. Gamay na kay chance sa survival because human kung gina sa ato, we need water to survive, which is panagsara gid kay nimo makita dire. So air is so hot and dry in these deserts that sometimes rain evaporates before it even has a chance to hit the ground. Di ba sa akong giingon ganina, wala pa maupay pag-ulan, ni-evaporate na ang katong tubig sa kainit, tungod sa kainit. So they are found in Asia, Australia, Africa, and North and South America. Subtropical deserts are very hot and dry in the summer and cooler but still dry in the winter. Rainfall happens in short bursts. The air is so hot and dry in these deserts that sometimes rain evaporates. It even has the chance to hit the ground. Plants and animals in subtropical deserts must be able to withstand hot temperatures and lack of moisture. Shrubs and small trees in the subtropical desert usually have leaves adapted to retain moisture. Animals in subtropical deserts are usually active at night when it is cooler. So imagine na inani ka init. Kanang di ba kumutanaw ta sa dalan kanang parehas today nga tanawa ganinang dalan, di ba mura sa nasa mura ga wave. That is due to heat. Imagine grabe ang wave pag inyo makita nga wave sa heat dire. So plants and animals that live here are well adapted to the surrounding. Para sa anang cactus, ang ilang roots are very long. Kibali, nakadkon ka siya, duot ka siya dito sa sandwich para mas dali siya makakuha og moisture. Animals also go out at night to hunt. Dili sila sa buntag kay grabe. Imagine na, inani lang kainit ha, ang these days, unsa kainit. Imagine na, murag times 2 or times 3 ang kainit sa desert. Mura na ganito, galitsunon, aning kainit karon nga, kuan pa lang, 10 a.m. pa lang, di ba? Imagine na lang, unsa sila sa unsa ang nakitabo sa subtropical desert. So example of subtropical deserts are the Mojave, Sonoran, Chihuahuan, Sahara, and the Great Victoria deserts. Next one is the coastal desert. So they are found on coast, obviously coastal desert nga. So this is where the land meets ocean. The wind that blow over this desert come across from the ocean, but they do not bring rain. Instead, they bring fog, which is thick cloud of tiny water droplets that are too small to fall as rain. Coastal deserts occur in cool to warm areas along the coast, and winds off the coast blows in an easterly pattern and prevents the moisture from moving into the land. The Namib Desert in Africa and the Atacama Desert in Chile are coastal deserts. First, as you can see, this is an example of coastal desert. Yes, naay water from the naay water from the sea, pero dili siya gakahimo as precipitation. It comes off as fog na dili wala gid siya wala kay siya na stock na water mao nga dili. So mao ni mahitabo ang coastal desert. So the next one is the cold winter desert. Cold winter, di ba? Na may snow. Snow is equals to water. So nganong appeal siya sa desert? Deserts are places which receive small precipitation. That is why cold winter places are considered as desert. They are also known as semi-arid deserts. They have long dry summers and cold winters or low rain or snowfall, often caused by rain shadow effect. So does anybody know the term rain shadow effect? Rain shadow effect. Naa?
Wala mo.
Dili kay sa familiar sa ato nga term, but it is very common. Rain shadow effect is when mountain blocks the passage of rain-producing weather systems and cast a shadow of dryness behind them. This is what happens here in cold winter desert. Naay mountains nga ga-block off na supposed to be moisture nga mosulod ana nga area. That is why kulang kaayo ang moisture in that place, and that is why it is considered as a desert. And the last type is the polar desert. So polar deserts are areas with annual precipitation less than 250 millimeters and a mean temperature during the warmest month of less than 10 degrees Celsius. Excuse me. Polar deserts are found in Arctic and Antarctic regions. Like warmer deserts, they also get very little precipitation. They consist primarily of gravel plains and bedrock. These regions were more common during ice ages, due in large part to cold temperatures that encompassed most areas of the Earth, as well as the lack of precipitation. When a place lacks precipitation, it can be called as desert. Same ani sa polar desert. Yes, na snow, but there is very small volume of precipitation that comes inside this. That's why Arctic and Antarctica is considered as a desert. They can't support kanang plants and animals due to the cold weather and the less precipitation. So here are the characteristics of dry desert. So deserts and comprise the regions that are characterized by dry climates. These are arid and semi-arid areas that have three main characteristics: very low precipitation, high evaporation, rates that typically exhibit precipitation and wide temperature swings both daily and seasonally. Dry climates are found throughout the globe, particularly in western North America, Australia, South America, Central and Southern Africa, and much of Asia. So, mao ni siya ang 5 characteristics of a dry desert: precipitation, evaporation, temperature, dry regions, desert landforms produced by water. So, we will talk first sa precipitation. So, low and unpredictable precipitation is the primary characteristic of a dry climate. Lisod food, walay tubig. So, there is no or little to no precipitation. The lowest rainfall occurs in arid or desert areas where precipitation averages less than 35 centimeters or 14 inches per year. Imagine na 14 inches lang ang kabag-on sa precipitation nga moabot. So, mahimo gid siyang dry. So, the next one is evaporation. Another characteristic of a dry climate is the evaporation, often greater than precipitation. As I said earlier, before pa moabot ang tubig sa yuta, nag-evaporate na siya. That is why moto siya very dry ang desert. Next one is the temperature. The third common characteristic of dry climates are wide variances in seasonal and daily temperatures. Deserts are usually found in the rain shadows of mountain ranges and have hot summers, cool nights, and moderate winters. Mao ni siya ang ginatawag nga rain shadow effect. Tungod sa mountains nga nag-exist, abay nila, precipitation cannot really enter. Kaya murag blockingan siya ba? That is what happens. Very init ang sabuntag din pagkagabi kay bugnaw kaayo para sa Saudi. Kung naay season sa Saudi nga. Haskang inita sa buntag, like pag mugas ka sure gyud ka nga naa kay sunburn din pagkagabi mas labaw pa sa Antarctica ang kabugnaw. So there are differences sa temperature during the day and night, especially when nating winter na. The next one is kaning dry regions. Arid and semi-arid regions together make up 26% of the land area of Earth. And deserts comprise 12% of the land. The great deserts of the world are found in Sahara in North Africa, di ba? Mao man na atong murag pinakadali manganlan nga desert kay mo ay pinaka-common kay dako kay na ang Sahara Desert. Sahara Desert is found in North Africa. Then kanisa the Chihuahua and Sonoran deserts, di ka siya familiar sa ato, but still it is very well known nga desert. The largest semi-arid regions in the world are found in the Great Steppes of Russia and the short gas plains and sagebrush areas of North American plains, as well as the pampas of South America. So these are desert landforms produced by water. Kani siya ang arroyo. It is a water-carved canyon that is usually dry. Pero naagya po'y panahon na naa siya'y water, pero seasonal lang yun kayo siya. The next is the bahada, or a fan enlarges, eventually coalescing with fans from adjacent canyons to produce apron of sediments. This is a bahada. So next is the alluvial fan. Alluvial fan is a cone of debris at the mouth of the canyon. And the picture beside it is called the Inselberg. It is the mountain areas that are reduced to a few large bedrock knobs called isobers projecting above the sediment-filled basins. Island mountains rise abruptly out of desert landscapes. Next is playa. On the rare occasions of abundant rainfall, streams may flow across the alluvial fans to the center of the basin, converting the basin floor into a shallow lake. Kaning playa is nani siya mura siya naughan nga lake. This is what happens. Bale na ay mo bobo nga water, then once it heat ups, then mag-evaporate na tanan ng water, di ba? Makita ninyo mag-crack na siya. That is what you can see sa playa. Mani siya, mao ninyo makita nga cracks. Pero inside these cracks, there is still moisture. Kung kwaon na ninyong hard na part, na siya murag muddy nga texture inside it. Next is the pediment. It is a very gently sloping inclined bedrock surface. It typically slopes down from the base of a steeper retreating desert cliff or escarpment, but may continue to exist after the mountain has eroded. That is caused by erosion. Mani siya ang pediment. As you can see, bilin-bilin na siya sa erosion sa mga mountain mass. So, the next topic we'll talk about is all about wind erosion. Wind erosion or Aeolian process is the physics of wind-generated landforms is being studied using sand grains in wind tunnel. Diba, deserts are formed through the movement of kanang sand. Why do you think nga unsay galihok sa sand para ma-move siya to other places in deserts? What do you think kanisha?
Hangin, ma'am. Wind.
Oh, wind. Mao na siya. Deserts cannot happen unless there is wind. So the Aeolian process has the Aeolian eruption, which has the deflation. It is much less effective than the fluvial. And the fluvial erosion is the detachment of material of the riverbed and the sides. Deflation means the movement of small particles. The removal by wind of loose sand, silt, and clay particles. As time goes by, larger pebbles concentrate at the surface as sand, silt, and clay particles are removed. Large pebbles fit tightly as a desert pavement. The next one is abrasion. Diba na familiar na ning term sa atong abrasion. So abrasion means it polishes and etches the exposed surfaces. The next type of Aeolian process is the Aeolian Transportation. This is the movement of nothing bigger than a sand. Example of this are dust storms that can extend thousands of feet up, and sandstorms that only happens very near the surface. So dust storms happen, dako siya o dako ang katason sa dust storm, and sandstorms happen near the surface. That is the difference of the two. The next one is the Aeolian Deposition, meaning dunes form a shift where winds and current combine to slow the winds or block the movement of dunes. Sand dunes form when moving air slows down on the downside of an obstacle. The sand grains drop out and form a mound that becomes a dune. Dunes migrate by erosion of sand by wind on the gentle upwind slope and deposition and sliding of the slip face. Thus, are cross-bedded deposit. As you can see here, mauni siya ang mahitabo sa deflation. Due to the movement of sand due to the wind, ang mabilin na is the heavier rocks. Lisod bit-biton sa wind ang rock, so magpabilin siya muatras until it becomes a desert pavement. So that is what happens during deflation. So these are the desert erosional landforms. Kani siya ang toadstools, deflation hollow, ventifax, yardangs, the lee dunes, and the star dunes. As you can see, di ba nga, sa star dunes is mura siya na ay varicose veins. It is due to the movement of air. That is why nga inana ang pagkapurma sa star dunes. So, kani siya, longitudinal dunes, kung na kayo na siya, grabe na yun, di mo kabaloon sa longitude. So, this is what happens if ang hangin, ang movement kay longitudinal, then ang kaning isa, kaning transverse dunes. Murag opposite ka na silang duha. Next one is the Barcan dunes, and the last one is the parabolic dunes. This is what happens to the wind during the process of kaning Barcan. Kaning sa Barcan dunes, ang wind is pasaka, pero na ay gablak. So, muna siya magtipok ba? Muna siya na kurbada. Kay kanang kurbada is a blockage na kontinent desert pavement. Muna siya mag-pile up. Mura siya horseshoe ang purma. Sa transverse nga dunes is ang wind gapon pasaka, pero ang pagkapurma niya is mo siya layer-layer. Sa sea is ang Baracanoid. Baracanoid, as you can see, pasaka gapon ang wind, pero nana siya yung murag waves nga murag pareha sa dagat. Sa longitudinal, ang wind is coming both from opposite sides. Ay kanang mo siya ga-tilt, pero coming from both sides. Mauna siyang more siyang ma-push bitaw. So, the next one is parabolic. Same as kaning sa Barcan. This is what happens na ay naka-block sa likod. Pero ang kurbada niya is naa sa front. Compared sa Barcan niya, naa sa likod. And the star-shaped dunes, nga as you can see, ang wind comes from different sides. That is why, mura sa gitoklod pato nga, then it forms witaw katong star. So, that is all for today. Naba may question? Anybody? Napabayo may question?
Wala ara, ma'am.
Wala, sad ko man.
Okay, so if wala na question, so ang activity niya today is explore the world's desert on your own Google Earth. Now, as a group, it is advised that you collaborate in your group to finish on time. Identify 6 features, landscapes, structures, or scenes that you learn to recognize in the discussion. Take a screenshot of the site and save it in this document. Feel free to add any explanatory annotations to highlight the feature that you're focusing on. Give the coordinates and name the images with the name of the feature. Example, kani Inselberg. Upload your output in your group channel in Discord. This activity is worth 60 points, 5 points per image, and 5 points per annotation. So if wala na may pangutana, you can head on sa inyong Discord channel. Any question or clarification sa activity?
Wala ra, ma'am.
Wala, ma'am.
Pwede na mo head on na sa inyong Discord para himaw na yung activity. Bye,
Bye,
class.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Buyers.